Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Apollo Art Analysis. In this episode, we're going to take a look at a piece by the AI generative artist known as Fibek. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about a little bit about implied motion. We're going to talk about the constant struggle between light and darkness, and then we're going to talk about some of the darkest depictions of this hellish landscape. So let's jump right into it. So whenever you first see this piece, you're met with a scene of incredible chaos. And there's, this incredible pool of fire here at the bottom that really strikes the spatial composition and introduces that sense of chaos. Of course, you see these kind of almost endless kind of roiling, boiling plumes of smoke coming off of that. And there is this kind of overwhelming sense of despair and darkness within this piece. So that's kind of the introduction you get. You get a very energetic and a very chaotic spatial composition. And so talking about energy here, there's pretty much no straight lines present within this piece. And so because of that, you have these constant curved kind of pluming, boiling smoke there. And because of that, that really implies motion to the highest degree possible. And this sense of motion is really inescapable. And it really immerses the viewer instantly within this really chaotic and very energetic visual experience. And so in the realm of texture, like I said, you have this very kind of harsh, boiling, very pluming smoke that just that kind of radiates off of this pool of fire here at the bottom there. And this texture, it immerses you within a very gritty experience. It's very dark. It's very, it's gritty, it's dirty, it's dark. It's very, very hellish at the same time. And so with that in mind, you see these two kind of juxtaposed tones here. Here in the upper right, you see those really dark tones. And then here in the lower portions, here, let me delete that. There we go. And here in the lower portions, you see much more light there. And there's a bit of light up here as well, but most of the scene is really dark. And so, of course, these are technically both light, but this one is the light of fire. So it is inherently a very dark aesthetic by looking at that. And so, you see this constant struggle between the light and the dark here. And I think the scene depicts this really, really well because it's very, very dark. That's all I get from this scene. It's a scene of despair, a very combusted spatial composition, and it puts you into that scene with absolute ease. And so what we're looking at here, like I said, it's a very kind of despaired spatial composition, and it really feels like we're looking at a scene of hell. That almost looks like some type of chapel here up on the hill. And so with that in mind, if this is some type of burning city and even the chapel burns, then that is a very good depiction of kind of hell on earth. And it's the type of hell which, it buries the lives of countless men, and it extinguishes the light of phoenixes, and it is the hell of stagnation and kind of just letting everything go. And so, there's a very, very dark scene here. It immerses you within that. It's definitely not a very positive scene, and there's a lot of chaos within this scene. So now we're going to take a look at Fibek's, some of Fibek's other works. So we'll see what we can learn, see what we can draw from this AI generative artist. All right, so here we are. We're taking a look at Fibek's Instagram page, and on here you said, he is a AI generative artist there who works in Night Cafe as well as a little bit of disco diffusion there as well. He also mints some of his art on the OpenSea art market. So if you guys want to support his art directly and really allow him to keep creating, that's going to be the best place to do that. And so whenever I take a look at his profile, there's a lot of diversity of style here. And so in the piece, of course, the piece that we looked at today was Fire Tornado. So a very, very dark piece. But what you'll notice on his page is he has dark works, and he also has some very light works. So of course, the one we looked at is a kind of a very hellish and a very burning scene. But whenever you take a look at his profile, we see, a lot of divine nature. We see crystals. We see kind of gemstone butterflies. We see a lot of natural scenes alongside the dark ones as well. So it's pretty clear that he likes a really wide range of stylistic depictions, not just the dark art, not just the light art, but he really likes both, and he does a very, very good job at bringing both of those to his profile. And so what you'll see here, he has a very wide selection. He shows some celebrities, he shows animals, he shows the natural world, he shows elements of horror as well. And he combines all of those within a very, very large catalog here. And so, I think that's really important. He likes the dark depictions, but he also likes the depictions of light as well. And so, that's really important whenever taking a look at this artist. And it's pretty clear that he's very passionate about AI generative art and all the scenes that are coming from him. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed. We talked a little bit about kind of intensity of texture. We talked about the battle between light and darkness. Then we also talked this very hellish scene and a scene of incredible implied motion. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Go check out some of Fibek's other works. If you guys want to support him directly, like I said, the artist is doing a bunch of different things. And if you want to support the artist to be able to make a living and to keep on creating art, then the OpenSea art market will be the best place to do that. Hope you guys enjoyed. My name is Apollo. This was Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.